What's up, guys? Welcome to 12M Hustle. Let's get into it. Y'all know what day it is. It's July 23, Wednesday. It's time to get into it, guys. It's trading day. So, midweek, let's look at what we got in Q. So, overnight, this is what we had. So, it looks like we had a nice little dip there off the close of yesterday, and we continued the rally up, covered a gap, and now we're just hanging out here. So, game plan looking like this is what's been going on. I'll show you guys. So we had a dip yesterday, then sideways chop, kind of filling back into the gap. So we've almost filled the full gap up there, but we almost haven't. So we're just hanging out in this range between this London, and Asia zone, hanging out here. I'm thinking we're gonna go into this zone down here, which is probably what I'm thinking, or we might push up and gap. So, but we're going to wait for the open to get that going. I'll actually show you guys on my trading view as well. Looks cleaner here. So, here it is. Here was yesterday's trade, right? Boom, short off, open, boom. We broke some London, broke Asia, short, cover, and then we long the dip. Obviously, we missed all of this because we just decided to walk away really early around 7:30. It was a hit and bang type of day. Today, big thing that I'm noticing, again, we're in the middle of this range, which sucks, right? I love to short or long once we're above a previous day high or previous day low, but we're not doing that. Today we're right in the middle before the market starts. So I'm just keeping that in mind, and I'm keeping my expectations pretty low, right? Pretty low. I think I'm missing a level. Yep. All right, so that's opening range from yesterday, so that's the game plan for today. Let's see. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna draw this London level here. Curious to see if we're gonna hold it. We might not. So we're kind of in between this range, so we're keeping that in mind. So, and then we also have ES, which is kind of doing the same thing. Overall, markets are kind of muted right now. Let's see what we are on the day. So on the day, here we are. Markets are pretty green, a couple percentages, not a full percent. So, and then we have, of course, oil. Let's look at oil real quick. Oil is hanging out down here. To be honest, oil actually looks like a better setup for me to short. So maybe I short oil. I'm not sure. I am looking at NQ. I might short oil if it gets back down here below previous day low, right? But usually what ends up happening is if oil is going down, NQ is going up. So I always see that inverse of it. So just got to keep that in mind. But yeah, so that's going on here. And then, so we have oil. We watched E. We haven't watched ES. Here's ES. You can kind of see how ES is just chilling here. See? Higher, making new, just grinding up. And then we have YM, which we haven't looked at. And we have YM right here, which is pretty much identical to what ES is doing. So if you noticed, ES, YM, and Q are doing the same thing. Oh, this is your Russell. A little more of a dip, Russell 2000. But when you go to oil, you literally have the opposite effect, right? So you have every other index going up, and then you have oil dipping. So that's kind of a contrary that I've noticed about oil. When it comes to oil and the indices, its oil will be going down, and everything else will be going up. So just want you to keep that in mind. But cool. So we went through that. We talked about indices. What's one more thing before we get out of the trading view? Let's look at our calendar today. So looks like we do have some news coming up in 39 minutes at 7 o'clock. We have existing home sales. Okay, so we got that coming up. And then we have some crude. We have some crude import. Okay, so I'm probably going to stay away from crude today. Never mind, I won't even touch it because I hate when this news comes out because it wakes up pretty nasty. So we're going to avoid crude today, not going to trade crude. But we do have news coming up for everything else that might give us a push, which is our existing home sales, in about 29 minutes at 7 o'clock. So keep that in mind. But that is it. Now we're just going to wait. So game plan overall, what we're going to go over with you guys. So here's the game plan for today. If we're going to continue to push up, then we will be going long. But in order for that to happen, once we open in about 9 minutes, I need to see the opening range push, and I needed to push above Asia high, above London high, and I needed to continue up to previous day as a target. Now, if we are going to go make a bear case, then I needed to come back down here, sweep liquidity, push this level, come down to Asia, and push down. If Asia holds before 7:30, then I believe we should continue back up. All right, 75% of the time when that happens. If we haven't made a new high of the day by 7:30, we will continue down. If we do have 75% of the time, we will continue higher and end the day higher and green. So those are the cases for today. If you're looking long, you want to see a push above London high, Asia high, continuation up into previous day highest target, or you can do opening ranges targets on 30 seconds that I have those. Or if you're looking for short trades today and continuation to the downside, then you want to see it break this level, which is our previous level of 2 days ago, and then come down to Asia and actually not be able to hold Asia and come back down the previous day low. So here's your overall view of what we have going on in the market. We have push. We finally get a break in the trend, and now we're either going to do two things today, or three things. We're going to continue back up. We are going to continue down, double bottom and continue down, and go into a bear trend, or we're going to go sideways chop, range bound. So it's going to be 1, 2, or 3. So just keep that in mind. And you'll notice if we're range bound or not. If we end up being range bound, then just take your profits. Okay, that is it, guys. So that is the breakdown for today. That's the game plan. Bear case, bull case, and then, of course, you always have scalps in there you can get in. So bada boom, bada bing, right, guys? And we're just going to wait for the open at this point. And that is it. We got the jam. Oh, there you go. Push. Look at that. See that? Nice push. There's that push that we're talking about. 623. We're not at the open yet. We're going to wait for the open. That was a nice wick out if we end up going bearish for the day. If not, we'll continue up. We just talked about that, right? So that's the game plan for today. We got the jam. Oh, there you go. Push. That's the game plan for today. Okay. Sweet. So we're watching that. We're watching ES, and we're keeping it nice and tight and short. Okay. Awesome. So we're gonna wait for the open. Hope you guys you got your cup of Joe today. Now, just to keep in mind, guys, ES is above previous day high, so that is pushing me to think we're going to continue the long for today. So just keeping that as a side note, that it is above it. And then usually one leads or the other. NQ will lead for the morning, or ES will lead. Just depends. So I usually look at both. I mainly look at ES. I trade NQ mostly 99% of the time. I'm not an ES trader, but I do watch the ES to give me directional bias. So, but hope you guys have your coffee this morning. Get the cup of Joe going. Get that cup of Joe in. We got the water. And yeah, so game plan is pretty simple. Switch up this music. We got the jams going. So we got little jams in the background. So So yeah, that was a nice push off ES. We're gonna see if we're gonna continue that or what the game plan is there for the market. So and I had to make sure the music was non-copyright for YouTube. If not, they'll take my video down. But that is the game plan right now. So we're gonna keep that. We're gonna watch that and just see what we get going. In the meantime, I'm just gonna look at notes real quick. Okay. Got my little note cards that I keep that I'll read over usually before the market starts. Little reminders. Even at this stage of trading, I still have little reminders of, never try not to average down, no revenge trading, and try to never add to losers. That's the biggest one that I've noticed. Is a game changer for most traders if they just stop adding to losing trades. Just take your loss instead of adding, compounding it. Now you can add to winners, as it's going in your favor, you can add to winners, that's fine. Cool. So that's good, that's good. Now we're just gonna continue. Let's see. Okay. So we get them jams going, and we're gonna wait for the open. So we got 2 minutes for the open. We're just gonna wait for that to happen. 2 minutes. Okay, so we got a minute. Let's see. All right, here we go. 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 We got a minute. We gonna change the vibes. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get the lofty going. Get the lofty music. Okay, so we're gonna wait for the open to happen, and let's see what the market wants to do. But we have game plan in place. Game plan is in place. So let's see if this market wants to push or what she wants to do. Got a minute for the open. Minute for the open. There it is. Mike Wilberg. All right, there he is. So, okay, open is on. We had okay, we're crashing. Let's see. Let's see that opening range. We're going to add a short to that. Let's see if we get a sweep of liquidity here. Let's see. Boom. Money. Money. Very nice. Very, very nice. Gonna continue the drop. See if we continue a drop. She took out London. Let's see if she continues to drop and give us the bacon. The bacon. There's the bacon, guys. There's the bacon. There's the bacon. Very nice sweep. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about right there. Right off the money, right off the open. Money making. Okay. See if we can get the sweep back up. Continue to push down. Money, 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 money. Let's go. That's our target. Beautiful. Beautiful target on that. Okay, so that's beautiful target. Let's wait for a rebound. See if we can get a pop. We'll add one quick one, and that was beautiful. Okay, so I just talked about that as we traded. Beautiful right there, guys. Y'all saw that, right? Oh, whoa. Okay, so we're going to have our stop at, if we come back into 23.2223. So 23.2223 is our stop. 23, we switched accounts, by the way, so we're green on the other account. 23.223. Let's see. We're going to give it about 80 points here. If we get stopped out, that's fine. We'll take a stop out. Actually, we might stop out here. That was a beautiful trade right there. And we'll take that one off. All right, that's fine. We took that one off. Took a small little L there, 45 bucks. Took that one off. We're going to wait for a better pop back into here, and we'll reshort it again. And if not, we'll wait for a break of the bottom there. So let's wait for that. Waiting for a pop. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Just handling something real quick. So we're popping back into it. So we've taken out, we literally talked about this right before the market opened. We said what we want to see for the short traders, we want to see this taken out. We want to see Asia low. We want to see everything get tapped. I've gotten tapped on both, but we still haven't tapped either previous day high or previous day low on NQ. Now on ES, we're above previous day high. So I've seen it where these nasty wicks will come all the way down here and then reverse on the day. We do have news coming out in about 25 minutes, so keeping that in mind. Now here comes, okay, so now we're back. Now we're going above, waiting for that to go. This is a 10-minute chart, by the way, guys. Now waiting for that. Ideally, I might take a short here. This looks pretty clean here, so I will short that money because that was the bounce I was looking for sure. I'll take that. 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 Okay, beautiful money. So we've made half of our loss back. We'll take that one more time. One more time because that was nice. We'll add to that. We'll add to that winner chicken dinner. We added to that winner chicken dinner. We're going to wait to see if we continue here or if we get taken out. Ideally, as a short, you want to see this since we had that nice pop. Now we want to see a push down, right? Let's see a push down. Money. There's a push down. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So we let that push. We're going to keep the same stop, and we're going to see if we continue to flush or if we get popped out. That's pretty good. Put some scalps in there. We made 50% of our loss back. If we come back down to breaking the floor, I almost want to add to that position, but I'm also watching ES and NQ. That was a good. Now we're only 7 minutes in, and one account was juice. That was some nice trading on that last account. So we're waiting for that to. Okay, so here we go. See if this could hold. I'm gonna let this trade see what it wants to do. Ideally, that 23,265. 23,265 is a good stop. Not liking the way it's holding, so I'm gonna get out. When in doubt, get out. So I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna wait. Patience is the name of the game, baby. I'm just gonna get out of that one. That flush should have came in a little bit harder. I'm totally okay with it going down. So if it wants to come back down, break the floor, I'll short it down here. I'm cool with that because that'll be a double bottom, right? I'm okay with taking double bottom shorts. I'm solid with that. What I'm not solid with is if me staying in this play here and it just retracing and me taking an unnecessary loss. So I'm going to wait. So but yeah, this is looking clean. Okay, so see how it's retracing here? And I have other time frames that I'm looking at. I am looking at a 1 minute, 2 minute, and I'm just seeing how it's reacting. So I don't want to get smacked. Okay, so how we doing there? So it looks like we're up here. Oh, there's that next candle in 10 minutes. So 640. Here's the next candle. Interesting to see if we come back down or if we go up. So now is a good spot to wait. Yeah, that's a beautiful spot to wait. And it did dip that here, I'll show you guys. It did dip that level that we just talked about in the morning. See? That's the level we talked about. Remember that, guys? Boom, it dipped here, and then this is your opening range for the 30 seconds up here, down here. It dipped here, so that's why we added, and then we as soon as it overwashed, we got out. Remember, we said exactly that was the game plan. We followed it to the T. We made the money, and that was it. We switched accounts. Now, that's fine. Now we're gonna wait. Oh, nice continuation down there. We'll try this real quick. We'll do half risk. We'll do a half risk trade. So instead of risking the full 60, we'll risk 30. We'll set the trade to pay us. Okay, we'll take it. We will take that. Cool. Almost made back the full loss on that right there. Beautiful. Hope you guys can see that better. There we go. So yep, just watching here on that 1 minute, 2 minute. Let's see. There we go. Oh, ES looks like it wants to continue down. Okay. All right. Well, then we can join the party then. Based off ES. Okay. We will add to that, and that's just based off the ES continuing to dip. ES is continuing to dip. ES looks like it wants to go to London. Looks like it wants to reach London low. So we're going to let that play out. We're still waiting to see. ES looks like it touched back down. Looks like it wants to go. But again, I'm not sure, so I'm keeping it light. Okay. All right. So let's see. What are we doing? I might take one off. I want to see a continuation. Come on. Okay, so we'll leave one on. I want to see if it wants to keep going down. There we go. Okay, money. Yeah, seems like it's holding. We're coming back down. Took that off real quick. I kind of want to wait for the floor now. By the way, on a 15-minute candle, we're still within the 15-minute candle, so I want to see. This is the 10-minute chart. There we go. Okay. I'll go here. If we flush the floor here, I'm gonna add to the position. If we flush the floor here, I will add to the position. Okay. So I added to the position just because we flushed the floor. Booyah, money. Money trade. There's a floor break. This is the trade we're looking for here. Let's see if they give us a sweep of liquidity if they push down. $6.45. Should give us a sweep here. There it is. There's the sweep. Okay, so now we're going to go free trade mode. Free trade mode. I want to pay for the next trade. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so we got taken out there. That was beautiful. That was awesome. We talked about that trade, guys. That's exactly how I trade. So that was to the money there. Greenish on that. We're going to wait for another push down or a pop. Let's see. So looks like ES wants to hit previous day high. Looks like that's where it's getting pushed to. Let's see. We'll leave this. We'll leave one on, and we'll wait to see if that's where it wants to go. We're gonna let it go there. If not, we're gonna keep it light. So let's see if previous day high on the ES is. Let's see. Previous day high is 63.53, which is fine. And if that takes me out, that's cool. Okay, so I might get stopped out here, which is totally okay. Put the jams back. Okay, so we're going to wait. All right, so we're probably going to get stopped out here, which is, I'm cool with that. We put that's why we left that at a quick little, what we always do, 1 hour trade. Didn't know if the market was going to push back up. ES seems like it wants to hold London low there and maybe retrace, but we do have news coming out in about 10 minutes. So news coming out in 10 minutes, just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm going to let it tap me out. That's fine. And then if once this taps me out, I will. Yep. Okay. Cool. Tapped out. That's fine. We're still positive on that right now. So it was just an expense, you know. Pax likes to say it's not a losing trade, just an expense. So it's just an expense that I paid for the business. So that's fine. This is a nice wick down. So now we'll wait. If you notice, if you would have waited for the bottom of that short, 23,182. You got paid on it. I mean, you came back down to 23,162. So you got paid about 25 points on it. If you waited, and you could have loaded up and took that wash and been money, right? And had the top of that candle. But so just know, you know, if you wait usually for confirmation, you're usually better off. So what we'll do is we'll do this. We'll wait for the money trade down here. There you go. That's what we'll do. And so you guys can see better. So I'll wait for that. By the way, if you're new to my stream, I do use Replicanto for connecting my SIM account to my prop accounts and my live personal account. Why I use it is to control my size. So it controls my size. I'm able to limit it. I also put it on TradeAvate, but this is just like a safety net. So there you go. This is better. So here's a 10-minute. We got news in 10 minutes, so I'm going to keep light unless we push back down. I'm not long in this. I'm really not a big reversal trader. I hate buying dips at the bottom. I like going with the trend. More type of a trader I am. So I know guys that love to buy here. They'll buy this, and they're risking the bottom of these candles for a reversal, which is fine if that's your thing. Not my thing, but if that's your thing, do your thing, do your thing. But we'll wait for a floor crash again. If we get a break of the bottom here on NQ, then we'll take that. Yes, coming back down to low of the day there, 63,859, looking like it wants to go ahead and break. If it does, let's see if NQ wants to follow. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice bottom candle there. So now we're just going to wait. We're going to wait it out. Okay, so we're waiting for a push here. We're just chilling. We're just on hand, guys. We're on hands because we're waiting to see what the market wants to do. Big flush off the open. It's 6:52. We got news in about 8 minutes. The market gave you the short if you took it, off the open. You slammed it. You got that money. It even gave you a pop. So now we're just going to wait, right? Now it's time to wait to see if it wants to continue down or what. ES seems like it's just playing around, making new lower lows, hanging around Asia, hanging broken Asia high and hanging around London low. So ES is hanging around London low. NQ has already taken out Asia low, London low. So the next question is, will we continue to downtrend on the NQ, or are we going to bounce? But the ES, it seems weak. It looks like it's building support. So who knows? We're just going to wait and see what happens to see what we get. So I got by the way, I got a 3-minute chart up. I have a 10-minute chart up and a 15-minute chart up on different screens. So we're just going to wait to see what we get. So we got the jams going. We're just waiting to see what we get. See, news in 5 minutes. News in 5 minutes. Just got an alert from the homies. Okay, so we got alert from the homies. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we're still hanging around here. We got news in 5 minutes. We have news in 5 minutes. Keep that in mind. So could be a reason why we're just hanging here on Asia low here. on NQ. I'm gonna wait for the news to come. I might take that order off unless I get hit in the next 4 minutes, just because I don't want to get tapped and ran. That would be no fun. Okay, so let's see. Is it a good time for some protein? Good time for some protein, guys. Let's get the protein bar out. Oh, whoa. Let's see. ES just tapped previous day high. Now, if ES breaks previous day high, next level for ES to go to is 63.48, 63.49. It'll be like a 15-point run rotation. So ES likes to do 15-minute rotations, or 15 points rotations, excuse me. So let's see if this decides to run it. Yeah, so next target for NQ, if we go short, if it taps us in, it's down here. 23,100 is kind of the next level I'm looking for on NQ. I just don't know if we're going to get tapped in. News coming out in 3 minutes. So curious to see. There's your next levels down here. What should I be looking for? Which is your four, you know, exactly kind of lines up to this area. 21,104, 21,104, 20,080 would be nice targets on the NQ if we decide to go short and, you know, market goes with us, or if the market taps us in. Basically, at this point, I'm not looking to long anything down here, but I'm not looking to short pops either. Now, since I know news is coming out, you know, you got to keep all these little things aware of it to when you make your decisions to put a trade on or not. You know, they call it marketing. I call it just intuition, and then you get better at it once, you know, the longer you trade. Oh, what's up, man? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Awesome. Thanks for reaching out, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're waiting for a sweep of liquidity here. See if we get it. I don't know if we're going to get it. So waiting for the news here. Let's see if we get it. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Tapped in. News is coming up. So we're either going to wait for a news push here, or we're going to get pushed out. Let's see. News just hit. 7 o'clock. We're going to add to that position. We're going to add. And we're either going to, it's either going to pay us or it's going to push us out. Let's see. ES seems like it wants to go. We made lower lows. We should flush here, but like I said, news did come out, so I'm keeping that in mind. But ES looks like it wants to go. If we get another push down, I'll add to this. Let's see if we get pushed out. In 6 micros, which is kind of a full position for me there. So we could get tapped out here. That's fine. Yep. Definitely not going to add to this. Existing home sales just came out. Let's see. So U.S. existing home report just came out. So that was the news that just dropped. So I'm definitely not adding to this. And I'm okay with getting taken out down here. I'm going to leave my stop there. I might just cut this one here. Lower the risk. Oh. Probably going to stop me out, which is fine. That's fine. I'll take that stop out all day. All day. If it says I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm cool with that. So yeah, we're down not that much. Not that bad. Like I said, I wasn't going to add to that, So now we chill. We could take a quick little long and risk the bottom here. So this is just a scalp. My stop could get run in a minute, so to make it back into a back to reversal, you want to see this hold, this 10-minute. You want to see this push up, right? And then what you want to see is it push into this and then continue to push back up. So yeah, these nice small little stabs here, you can take this, that's fine, but that's ideally what you want to see. Newer highs being made. But yeah, I was cool with that stop out there. All good in the hood. If we get taken out here, this is just a quick little tap scale. This will be like a 25, 30 buck loss. And if it's fine if we do. ES is holding that. Looks like ES still might hold London low. See if it pushes here. Now, this is why I don't really do reversals, because it's so hard to catch them. It's a pain in the ass. But news is over, so that's good. So now we should get some better price action overall. All right, let's see if we can get some flow here. Let's see. We added to the winner. Let's see if we can get some flow to get pushed up here. Very nice. We'll take some of that. ES seems like it's pushing pretty well. Let's see, we'll add to that. We'll keep it nice and tight. This might get run. I might get run. I might get run. That's fine if I do. ES might run me here. Which is fine if I do. I'm okay if I get run here. Okay, looks like I'm getting run. Oh wow, my stop didn't get taken out. I'm surprised. Thought it would. Okay, we'll wait for a pop here. Boom. Go, 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 go. Money trade right there. Money trade. Money trade. Beautiful. Good thing I moved my stop just a little bit lower. That was beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it how that worked. That was money right there. And that's exactly what you want to see on a reversal there. Yeah, NQ loves to extra sweep, so it overextended the bottom for all the longs that had their stop, then it took them out. So nice little pop there. Sweet, so we can switch accounts. Okay. And now we can try to see if we're going to get this reversal today. 709. So this 709. If not, I'll leave that there. I want to see, because ES is pushing. ES is about to go back and push a 10-minute bar. It's already pushed on a 5-minute bar. So possible reversal, but so I want to let this work, and ideally I want to target 23,222. So I'm targeting right here. So I'm targeting a pop, a bounce back up to here. So I mean, if you want to talk point wise, I want to make 50, 40 points, and I'm keeping this pretty tight. I'm risking like 20, 30 points. So keeping the risk tight, and I'm okay if I get taken out here. And I'm actually gonna move this up to the bottom tick. So if it wants to bottom tick me, it can. ES went back to London low, and then it's kind of chilling out there, but it looks like it wants to continue up. But that was a good trade on that last pop that I got. It's funny that it didn't hit my stop loss. That's hilarious. It missed it by like 3 points. So sometimes you do get lucky. We might get taken out there. And that's fine if we do. What we'll do is we'll actually take ourselves out. So we took ourselves out on that trade, and we flipped the short. So it looks like ES is continuing to go down. So I'm gonna leave. Since we're continuing to make lower lows, and we haven't made newer highs, this is where I'm putting my stop. Right here. Until this comes back up and makes a double top and pushes, then I'm just going to let this baby ride. And we're going to let it ride to... I'm actually going to add to that. So we're going to let this target... Whoop, where'd it go? We're going to target down here. So our target's going to be that level that we talked about. If that's what the market wants to do, then that's what the market wants to do, baby. But I'm going to let it work out. I'm going to give it some breathing space. I'm still going to leave my stop there. All right, so I'm going to give that some breathing space. Because ES still has not taken out Asia low, which is 63.49. So keeping that in mind, we're gonna let that hang out. Okay, so let's see if we're going to continue this push or if we're going to go back up. Because these wicks up do suck, so... I do hate that. That's no good. So I took out on that one. Like I said, I did not like that. But I will still short that one side, looking for that push down. So, and I'm keeping the size really, really light right now because I'm not feeling this continuation down. But I'm gonna go get some more coffee. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Let's see, guys. So push, push, push. I want to see it push. In order for it to go back up, it needs to build some type of support here and then push. Which seems like it's happening. I'll take that off if I'm wrong. Let's see. Let's see a push here. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. We need that massive push that we're looking for into 23,219. So we're looking for 23,219, kind of like right here. Massive push into this right there. So that's what we're looking for. Let's see if we get it. And this is more of a reversal trade, by the way, guys. So not that high of a probability that it's gonna work. Because what we're doing is we're trying to see if it wants to build support. 718, 718. Okay, so we do know 730 is around the corner. We're either gonna get a push here back up, or we're gonna get a continuation down. So let's see if we get it. I actually got to refill my coffee. I mean, she's not looking like fun there. We're gonna cut it right here. If we're gonna get a bounce, it's gonna happen here. Yeah, if we're gonna get a bounce, it's gonna give it to us here. So we either get a bounce or we get a downfall. Question is, what's it gonna be? Let's see. I don't want to add to this until we get a push. Added one there. Okay, let's see. See if we get the push we want. Well, there's a push. We took that push. See if we get the breakout push we're looking for here. We're looking for a breakout push here. Push, 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 push. Push, push, push. There's a little bit of a push we're looking for. Okay, so let's see if she's gonna go or if she's not gonna go. And we finally made back that L we were at. All right, cool. So that was just quick scalp, 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 scalp. We're finally back to green. Now we can let it work. We size down. She looks like she wants to go in a boom boom. We're gonna see if she wants to pop. All right, cool. I'll be back, guys. Looks like I got tapped in, huh, guys? What I miss? What I miss? Let's see. Tap me into the long. Okay. Oh no, we're still not here. Okay. We still haven't. Let's see. Let's see. ES is pushing, so NQ is a little bit slower than the ES. Let's see if ES decides to push. All right, we'll put 4 lots, 4 contracts on, 4 micros on. 4 micros looking for a push into this. Let's see. So, move of the day here. Let's see. All right, we're nice little push. Okay, so we added to the winner. Now we're gonna wait for a push. I gave us 1 push. Another push. 1 more push. Man, this push sucks on the NQ. ES is pushing way better than the NQ is. ES is sitting at 63, 62 and is above. It's above Asia low, and it's going into. Okay, so once ES, if ES taps 63, 65, I'm probably gonna get out of this. I'm actually gonna get out of this now. Like I said, I'm not really a reversal trader. It's not my thing. There's the pop. Okay, so it looks like ES wants to push. Let's see if we get a push we're looking for here. 7:30 ES is pushing, but then I'm aware that it is 7:30, so let's see if we get a continuation down up, which I doubt. Let's see. I'm just waiting to see if NQ will hold the low or if it will break it. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Let's see if it takes me out. See if it wants to take the low out. Let's see. Let's do a little DCA and let's see if we can get it. Let's see. Let's see. That was a full on, just got smacked. Alright, so just hit total loss on that one. That sucked. Oh well. That tends to happen, guys. Well, that sucked. That was no fun. That sucked hard. Oh well, it happens, guys. It is what it is. Yeah, that dip was a little farther than I thought. Oh wow. Yeah, that was no fun. Um, that was a full on clap there. For sure got clapped on that one. Hey, but all good. It is what it is, guys. But we move on. We move on. We move on. On to the next day. We move on to the next day. All right, guys. I am all done. It is what it is. You make money, you lose accounts. So, two accounts got smoked, and I took the reversal on the other two accounts. Let me show you guys where that's at. It is what it is, but I'll show you guys. Yeah, that's no fun. That's never no fun. Only good thing is that it's on my prop account and not on my personal brokerage account, so that's always good. But yeah, that always sucks. That's no fun. Is it 741? So it's 741. I think I might call it right there. Yep, I'm gonna call it. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like. The live, the no BS. Let's see. Let me show you guys. So this is what trading looks like. Yeah, I definitely oversized on that play there, thinking DCA, and that's why you don't DCA. But thinking it was gonna pop back up, which it did not. But all good. Let me show you guys. So here is the day for the day. So we have, oops, hold on. Yeah, so we're pretty much done for today. But yeah, we did hit max loss on two accounts, and then two other accounts. We did great. So here it is. This is the no fluff. So we have, that's live. So we have boom, did great on this account here, right? And then we did great on this account here. Both of those accounts, amazing. Where we had the downfall were these two accounts here, right? We tried to make that back. DCL, on I was pretty much copy trading these two. And then so we hit max loss on this one and this one. So we got about $1,800 down left on each of these. So all good. With these two, we'll put these on reserves and we'll trade these light. And then we have our big boys here. So this one's almost to 154K, which is awesome. And then this one is to 153K, which is awesome as well. So it's a mixed bag. It is what it is. Win and lose. But yeah. Very choppy today. So all good. that is it, guys. That is trading. Didn't take any trades on my live account, my personal account, just because today we didn't start off the day above or below a previous day high. So when that's just my AA plus setup. Since we didn't have it, I just decided, I was like, well, no point of trading it. So see that? Yeah, we never got into this, and we never got into this. So we didn't open the day into it. So I was not, like I said earlier in the video, I was not looking to trade my personal live account. Now, if I would have traded ES, you can tell ES definitely gave you the target here, and this was your clue to kind of, they held this, and that was the clue. But all good. You live, you learn. It's Gucci. You take L's. It's part of the game. But yeah, it's part of the game. All good. We'll see if we can save those two. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see. But that is it, guys. That is real trading. That's real trading. No fluff. No bullshit. So, hope you guys enjoyed the real stuff. How trading actually works. You win, you lose. You don't win every day. But 2 accounts are solid. The other 2, I don't know. We'll try to save them. We'll see if we can put them on the back burner. We'll see what's up. We'll just work them slowly back, and we'll go from there. But appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for coming along, and have a great one. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. This is Real Trading. Peace.